Today's session of Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler hears the case of Shana Woods versus Trey Woods.
Who wouldn't want to marry that woman right there?
Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful, right? I want that woman back right there.
First of all, Yana, I go by Shane now, not Shana.
And Trey says his wife moved a female friend into their home and started a love affair while he was away serving his country.
It's like two of everything throughout the whole room.
Come on now, your body changed.
Wait, hang on, Mrs. Woods. I'm going to get to you.
It's two of everything everywhere. It's two cell phone charges. Explain that.
She cooked for me. She cleaned. She did everything. Everything that I wanted him to do for me. But, of course, he was away. He was gone. So when he came back...
How dare he go out and fight for our freedom like that when you wanted your dinner cooked?
Now Shana Woods and Trey Woods bring their case before Judge Lynn Toler in today's session of Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today in the case of Shana Woods versus Trey Woods. Mr. and Mrs. Woods, you have been married for 2.5 years. You have no children together. Mrs. Woods, you have come here to ask this court to require Mr. Woods to give you a 1989 Chevy Capri Classic that you value at $12,000.
Yes.
Mr. Woods, tell me how we've ended up in divorce court
Well,
today.
I started all off in high school. Me and my wife, high school sweethearts. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with her. She was a little tomboyish back then. She played ball. I played football.
Right.
It was great. It was good. But, you know what I'm saying? I knew she was tomboy, but I still loved her. I wanted to be with her. Because my wife, don't nobody know it, but I mean, I bring a prom picture to show you. My wife, when she went to prom.
Joe, may I see the picture?
Now look at that, Joe. Look at that. That's a pretty woman right there. She had her nails done.
Joe's not going to respond to that.
Her nails done, her toes done, her hat. That was a bad woman.
Absolutely beautiful.
Who wouldn't want to marry that woman right there?
Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful, right? I want that woman back right there.
You want this woman
She
back.
want to be like that.
That was a one-time thing. Come on now.
She want to be like that. Now.
Even when she wore tight clothes, she still looked as sexy in them.
Right.
Period.
Right. So when did things start to go badly?
Well, we got married after I joined the Navy. I went over to the Persian Gulf for 6 months.
Right.
Now, when I left, she said she wanted to move a roommate. No problem. I ain't got no problem with that. I'd rather have a woman there than a man with my wife. Any man would. You know? So I'm like, move the girl in. I'm feeling good about it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be away. Somebody can share that time that she's missing from me. So when I get back, I notice things are a little different in my house. They ain't the same when I left it. It's a little colorful around there. You know what I'm saying? I got red couches and yellow pictures all over the place. But I'm like, all right, maybe she did a little redecorating while I was gone. That's cool.
Women do that, yeah.
So I go in the bedroom. It's like two of everything throughout the whole room.
Come on now, your body changed.
Wait, hang on, Mrs. Woods. I'm going to get to you.
It's two of everything everywhere. It's two cell phone charges. Explain that. You can't reach the cell phone on the other side of the bed. It's got to be somebody else staying there. They got another phone that the adapters ain't the same.
Okay.
But I'm going to let that go. I let that go because I'm like, okay, females, sometimes they share the same room. Females,
no
they like that. You know, guys do that.
Right.
You know, females do that. It's cool. So I'm like, all right, I'll let that one ride. I'll let that one go. So, you know what I'm saying? We continue to move on with our relationship and do our things, but things starting to act a little different. So one day I come home from work, and my wife had long, you can see in the picture of the prom, but she had long, beautiful hair. I come home, I guess she went to my barber that day. She lined up better than I am. You know what I'm saying? Everything cut. She cut all her hair.
Oh, man.
All of it. Didn't call me, didn't say, baby, I'm thinking about trimming it. No, she just cut it. And now I'm your husband.
Right.
I think I should be informed of anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I take care of little things. I let her do basically whatever she wants. I take care of the bill, make sure she's okay. But at least inform me on something like that. Don't just have me come home and I'm like, poof. You have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that.
Man.
So, you know, then we talking about it, and the girl comes out the room, she like, I think it's pretty. Well, it ain't none of your business. It's between me and her. You want to cut your hair, go ahead. I don't care. This is my wife. But I think it's pretty. Yeah, whatever.
Was something going on? And if so, what was it?
Well, first of all, Yana, I go by Shane now, not Shana.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
You
thank you.
go by Shane now,
Yeah,
okay?
I found that out the hard
So,
way.
Mrs. Woods, could you tell me what's going on? What was going on?
Well, Yana, she moved in. We were good friends. It wasn't nothing going on in the beginning. We were great friends. I didn't have to do anything, actually. She cooked for me, she cleaned, she did everything. Everything that I wanted him to do for me. But of course, he was away. He was gone. So when he came back,
How dare he go out and fight for our freedom like that when you wanted your dinner cooked? Aren't you selfish? Mrs. Woods,
no, I mean,
really?
no, I mean, that's true. But I did everything like that when he was there, though. But when he comes back, anyways, when he comes back, you know, we're still friends. Everything was cool. So he came back, he made the comment. I did cut my hair. It wasn't like I just did some random act like, oh, I just want to be, you know, a guy now. I just want to cut my hair. I was getting tired of my long hair. My hair was down here.
Mm-hmm.
I was hot.
Well, now, I must say, the way the story turned out, didn't he have a right to ask what's up when you
Yeah.
start making those changes?
You know what?
And didn't you have an obligation to examine what was up?
Yeah, I mean,
And let him in on it?
yeah, I mean, I did, and he did, but he didn't come out and just ask me anything like that. We were just friends. Me and her wasn't doing anything. We were just friends.
You didn't notice yourself transitioning at all?
You know what? Yes, I did. But I loved him that much, and I tried to make it work. And I wanted to be with him. I tried to make it out to be something. But I started feeling that change.
When divorce court continues.
You weren't woman enough, no matter what your sexual orientation, you weren't woman enough to say, hey, something's up, something's changing, I'm about to rock your world. It is not his obligation to ask.
That's true.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and myspace.com/divorcecourttv.
How do you feel? Do you think it's important for a woman to maintain her hair and her makeup in order to be attractive to her spouse?
Call toll-free 1-800-282-1991 and tell us yes or no and why. Your voice may be heard on an upcoming show. Divorce Court is back with the case of Trey Woods, who testified his wife used to be a beautiful woman, but now she's become one of the boys.
What was the next thing that piqued your concern or curiosity with respect to your wife and this other woman?
I came home from work, and I'm a steak man. I like steak.
Mm-hmm.
I came home, I asked my wife, I said, can I get some steak tonight, baby? She said, yeah, I'll cook you some steak. So I go in, get cleaned up, get my stuff ready. When I come back, it ain't smelling too steakish in the house. You know what I'm saying? It don't smell like steak. It smell a little shrimpish. I'm not a shrimp man. I don't really like shrimp all like that. I like steak. I come in, it's a plate full of shrimp. Little itty-bitty little shrimp. I don't like no shrimp. I look over, her friend, she just happy tearing it up. She loves shrimp. And then the cooking and the cleaning she was talking about, I did that when I could, but you know what I'm saying? I'm an old-fashioned type of person. I feel that my woman should take care of certain things. I take care of the bills in the house, make sure she got transportation. She take care of the cleaning, you know? Stuff like that. So I guess since they wear bras and panties, she figured they'd wash all their clothes together and pile mine up in the corner.
For you to wash?
Yeah. On my own. I'm working all day. I'm working 12, 13 hours a day. I got to come home to mine piled in the corner. Theirs all stacked neatly. Panties, bras.
She washed both our clothes.
But what about him?
She could have watched mine then.
He's your husband.
I understand that, but he wasn't even coming home at time. He come in 3 o'clock in the morning.
He was coming home at some point because he had a whole bunch of dirty clothes in the corner that you wouldn't wash.
Yeah, from him being out all night. For example, I have a good, I know you remember this one, right?
Here we go again.
He came in at 4 o'clock in the morning. He was supposed to came in at 11. I told him I was cooking for him. He come in at 4 o'clock. He's drunk. Smell like perfume. I mean, not no little, I just hugged somebody. It looked like they poured perfume all in the bed and he just rolled in it. So I'm like, okay, what you smelling like perfume for? Oh, I hugged one of my friends, friends, you know, I'm like,
Were you
can you talk to
already
me now?
sleeping with your roommate when he did this?
No.
You
It was
hadn't
after
started
that.
having an affair with her
No,
yet.
it was after that.
But you were heading towards an affair and you knew that.
Yes.
And do you think he might have kind of felt that too?
Yes.
I mean,
But he never came. He never came out and asked me. Now I could have been honest and told him.
No. What you're doing is something I call teching. You're doing a whole lot of wrong stuff, and then you're finding one little thing he may not have done exactly correctly and making that the point. The point is you had feelings for somebody other than your husband.
Right.
You had feelings for someone you had moved into your home. You and two had become one. Her interest became ahead of his. Her laundry was getting done. Her shrimp was getting cooked while he couldn't get a steak. And you weren't woman enough, no matter what your sexual orientation, you weren't woman enough to say, hey, something's up. Something's changing. I'm about to rock your world. It is not his obligation to ask.
That's true.
When Divorce Court continues, find out why Trey feels his decision to share his wife with her girlfriend was a bad mistake.
She like, I can't decide between the two. So I'm figuring this might be good. Maybe this can be real good or this can be real bad.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and myspace.com/divorcecourttv. Divorce Court returns with the case of Trey Woods, who is ending his marriage because his wife had an affair with their female roommate.
When did you decide that it wasn't going to work?
I decided, once she came to me about it, I talked to her about it, she told me what was going on. I said, all right, I might work with this, you know what I'm saying? She told me, okay, I'm in love with this girl. And I'm like, in love how? You know, you love me, but in love is a completely different section that we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you mean in love, like as in love as you want to be with this girl and me? And she like, I can't decide between the two. So I'm figuring, this might be good. Maybe this can be real good or this can be real bad. But it just started to seem like I wasn't even there. It's like, now they got to go ahead. Okay, he cool with it now. We can just do whatever. He ain't here, we can go, just do whatever. So I'm like, all right, you know, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, because whatever never involved you.
No, he just said it didn't work because it was a big competition with both of them.
Yeah.
That's all it was, because when he wanted something, she wanted something. When she wanted something, he wanted the same thing. And it's like, okay, it's kind of hard to do all of this. So he got mad at me one time. We went to the mall. I bought me some Jordans and I bought her some Jordans. We both wear the same size. He wears like 10. I come home with the Jordans. He's like, where mine's at? And I'm like, I didn't have enough money to get both of them. Well, why'd you get hers? You know, I'm your husband. I'm like, come on, we wear the same size. Well, you can't be doing that and, you know, whatever. And I'm like, come on, man, are you serious?
Mrs. Woods, I gotta say this. You had a man who was willing to foot the bill for you to have a lover in the house with you. You got to show the brother some props on the other end. You have to show him kind of. Most people wouldn't do that. You would have had your bags packed and on the lawn.
She bought her Jordans, but could you come get this, Joe, and show this? This is what I got. The Caprice. The Caprice that she want. That car is not a normal car.
Okay, so we're getting to the car.
I had that car candy painted.
Hang on, now I'm going to let Mrs. Woods start this because she's asking for the car. Now this is a 1989 Chevy Caprice.
Yes.
And it's, what is it?
It's candy painted purple.
It's candy purple.
That paint job alone is like $6,000. I bought the car and I built it for her. I did the custom engine, custom interior. I painted the car, put rims on it.
So you bought it and
Purple
gave it to
was her favorite
her.
color. I painted the purple no matter how much it cost, and I gave it to her. But I can't even get a pair of Jordans.
When did you decide to leave him? Had you already had this car when you decided
Yeah, I already had the
that
car.
it was over?
Yes.
What was the one thing that made you decide it was over?
Honestly, I was just getting tired of going back and forth. And honestly, I really did feel bad.
Well, you
Besides
should
everything
have.
that I did, I really did feel bad because we were best friends and I really loved him to death. And I felt bad, I really did. So one day he just really got mad and he was just like, choose. And I couldn't bring him along no more like that.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn rules in the case of Shana versus Trey Woods. But first,
Mr. Woods, you were a good brother. I suspect I'm
tried.
going to get much mail about you. Give him my number. Give him my number. Give him my number. How do you feel? Do you think it's important for a woman to maintain her hair and her makeup in order to be attractive to her spouse?
call toll-free 1-800-282-1991, and your voice may be heard on an upcoming show.
Sandra, Port Orange, Florida. Just calling to tell you I don't think it's ever good to hide anything from your spouse. That isn't a good and above board relationship then. The only time that you should hide anything is if it's a surprise party or a surprise present that he's wanted. That's my view on it.
Divorce court continues with the case of Shana Woods, who says her marriage is over because she chose her female lover over her husband.
I took out to dinner one night. One night I came home, I figured, we working on this, thing's not working out, maybe I can take her to dinner and patch it up. Take out to a nice restaurant, we eat. The whole time, it's just a bad vibe. The whole time at dinner, all I hear is fork and plate. That's it, just ting-tang, ting-tang. I asked her a question, she ain't answering. I'm like, how was work? It was all right. It was all right, can you talk to me? I'm your husband. We used to laugh, joke all day long. Now we can't even have a decent dinner together.
So what happened?
I don't know, halfway through the dinner, she get up and leave.
Okay, what happened that day was the girl, she was getting fed up. She was getting tired of it too. So she decides that she wanted to come and show up where we're having dinner at. His back was facing the door. She's walking in. And I wasn't paying attention. I'm eating. And I look up. Here she come walking towards the table. So I hop up. I dang near knock the whole table. I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm about to go to the washroom. So I go pull her to the side. I'm like, man, what you doing? She's like, oh, I'm tired of this. I'm like, look, let me please tell him on my own time because he's really going to be more mad at me. He's already mad, and he's going to be mad about the whole situation. Let me tell it. I don't want you to tell him.
Mrs. Woods, you knew what you did wrong. You were having your cake, you eat it too. You hurt both parties involved.
Yes.
You were enjoying yourself, and you thought you would do so as long as he would put up with it. Mr. Woods, you were a good brother. I suspect I'm going to get much mail about you. Give him my number. Give him my number. I know who he is. Give him my number. Because if someone got some sense, they will keep you and treat you well. I believe that. You gave her the card.
Thank
The
you.
operative word, I understand that. The operative word is gave. Do you have the keys on you?
I do.
Could you give them to Joe, please?
That ain't right, though, man.
Oh, it's got to be. You gave him the card. It's over.
That's Big Perk, though. I can't let Big Perk
I
know.
understand that. How many cards you got, Mr. Woods?
Too many.
6.
He don't even know.
You got 6 cards.
He don't
You
care.
gave her one.
He don't care.
She gets to keep the one that you gave to her.
It's the principle of the thing. I built that car for her. She don't want to be here. She don't need it.
I understand
I get her a
that.
Civic or something.
But you know what, Mr.
A
Woods?
Civic, come on now.
The best revenge is moving on and living well. Take your 6 cars, get them 9,000 women that are going to call you, and move on. You gave her the car, that's what it was. You were upfront, brother, that's all right. The car is now in the possession of Miss Shana Woods, and she will take title to it. It is so ordered.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
I'm good. I done moved on. I got a couple of them.
I got a couple of them too. What you mad because I got get more girls than you? That's what it is.
I doubt
It's okay though.
like she just said, I'm going to have them lined up, so I ain't
I'm
even worried
sure.
about it no
And I'm
more.
be right on the side what you like here.
I bet you will. I
know.
appreciate that, dude.
Whatever, for real. I just really, come on, seriously. Can we just put that to the side and just still be friends?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
All right, cool.
Nah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I went through a lot these last 2 years.
Okay.
I'm ready to move on.
All right,
Enjoy
well, whatever.
myself.
Oh, okay, I can move on too. It's cool.
All right. You
Yeah,
won't be
we
with me.
both. Huh?
Don't come back. They always
Trust
come back.
me, I don't.
They always
I'm
come
not
back.
coming back. I'm not coming
Look at me.
Yeah.
They always come back.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
You'll be
just
back.
because you good don't mean nothing.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back, sure.